You all need to stop what you're doing because what just went down at Claressa Shields' birthday party wasn't a celebration. It was a full-on ambush. Balloons? Pink? Check. Champagne? Flowing. The birthday girl? Glowing. But then, Papoose grabbed the mic and dropped a bomb so big, it felt like a press conference from hell. No warning, no intro. Just straight to the mic like he was accepting a Grammy. I just want everyone to know I'm marrying Claressa. Excuse me? What? Are you okay, sir? Did your PR team quit on you? Did you forget that your wife, Mima, was literally in the same room, sipping her drink quietly and blinking in disbelief? This wasn't romance. This wasn't cute. This was a public declaration of war disguised as a surprise announcement. And the guests? Frozen, phones out, champagne spilling. The DJ hit pause like even he needed a moment to process what just happened. So now the real question is, was this a proposal or was it a publicity stunt that went completely off the rails? Let's break down the receipts, the red flags, and the real reason this birthday turned into a full-blown scandal. Buckle up. Let's rewind to the exact moment the internet cracked in half. Claressa Shields, boxing champ, queen of the ring, undefeated, and unbothered, threw herself a birthday party that looked like it was sponsored by Wealth and Audacity.
Happy birthday,
And just when the party was reaching its peak, here comes Papoose. Now let's be real. We all know Papoose. The man has built his entire identity around loyalty, devotion, and the concept of black love. He's the one who waited years for Remy Ma to come home from prison, stood by her side, defended her, and basically became the walking definition of a wedding vow. So I have to ask, how does a man like that stroll into another woman's birthday party? He grabs the mic and acts like he's about to marry her. No build-up, no warning, I just want to say this in front of everyone. I'm marrying Claressa. Silence. And not the good kind. The kind where people stop chewing, stop blinking, and start calculating how fast they can get their phones out before the chaos unfolds. Let's be real. This wasn't an announcement. It was a plot twist written by a villain who's been lying low for far too long. A calculated mic drop moment that screamed, I'm done being the nice guy. And the best part, Mima was in the room. Yes, in the room, standing there, jaw clenched, sipping champagne like it was holy water. Because when your ex-husband announces he's marrying someone else, on a night that wasn't even about him, what are you supposed to do? Now, let's break this down. Why were they all there? Claressa's birthday party was supposed to be low-key elegant. She even had a no-shade dress code, whatever that means. A-listers arrived. Influencers documented every appetizer. Paparazzi camped outside like TMZ had promised them a bonus for every scandalous shot. And Papoose? He wasn't even on the original guest list, allegedly. According to one very messy event staff source, read, someone's cousin who snuck footage. Papoose RSVP late, showed up unannounced, and strutted in like he owned the place. No Remy, no excuses, just vibes, and a velvet box in his pocket. Now, let's talk history. This isn't the first time Claressa and Papoose have been linked. Rumors started circulating months ago when they were spotted leaving the same gym, separately, but not that separately. Then came the podcast appearances, the mutual admiration posts. That one now deleted TikTok where Papoose called her a warrior queen with heart eye emojis that raised more than a few eyebrows. But everyone chalked it up to harmless support. Until now. Because when a man stands in front of your friends, your family, your stylist, your ex-wife, and declares, "I'm marrying her," that's not support. That's a full-blown declaration of war with a side of birthday cake. And Claressa, she didn't act shocked. No dramatic gasp. No, "Are you serious?" She smiled, nodded, took his hand like she'd been practicing that reaction in the mirror for weeks. The crowd split right down the middle. Half the room clapped, the other half stared. One person allegedly dropped their wine glass. 2 influencers left early, and one woman, reportedly close to Remy, was seen texting, "I told her not to come." It gets worse. After the announcement, Claressa's team began circulating a professional engagement photo of the two of them. Not from that night, but from what appeared to be days earlier. Same outfits, same lighting. Witnesses say Remy didn't flinch. She just watched. Stoic, stone-faced, like a woman who's been through worse. Didn't come for this, but came prepared just in case. She didn't yell, didn't leave. She just existed, in a silence that said more than any headline ever could. Someone in the VIP section claimed she muttered, "He better enjoy the show while it lasts." Chilling. Let's not ignore the timing here. Remy and Papoose were reportedly in a quiet separation. No official statement, but enough smoke to know there was fire behind the scenes. And yet, there was an unspoken rule: no public mess, no media meltdowns. Keep it clean. And what did Pap do? He didn't just break the rule. He threw it off a balcony, set it on fire, and used the ashes to write "I do" on a bottle of Moat. What's wild is how quickly this turned from a birthday bash to a battle royale. Guests started picking sides like it was Survivor. Hip Hop Edition. Some reposted the moment with captions like "Love wins." Others zoomed in on Remy's face with "This ain't it." One guy, possibly a family friend, was overheard whispering, "This is why you don't let rappers do announcements unsupervised. We can't make this up." The real kicker, Papoose left right after the announcement. Didn't even stay for cake. No dance, no toasts, just the message and the exit. You know what that is. That's not romance. That's strategy. This man walked in, flipped the narrative, and walked out before it could hit the blogs. But too late. The blogs got it. The DMs got it. The group chats, on fire, screenshots, slow-mo videos. Everyone becoming digital detectives, zooming in to catch Remy's reaction frame by frame. And it's only just begun, because what nobody saw coming was what Remy was about to do next. Let's talk aftermath, because when Papoose walked out of that party, after hijacking Claressa Shields' birthday and turning it into a press conference with glitter, he didn't just leave behind half-empty champagne glasses. He left behind a war zone. Let's start with the obvious. Remy didn't say a word. Not at the party, not the next morning, not even a subtweet. But baby, that silence, it was louder than anything she's ever said on a beat. Meanwhile, social media, in flames. Within an hour, #Papoose proposal was trending. Within 3 hours, Claressa's IG comments turned into a virtual courtroom. By morning, fan pages were pulling up old clips of Papoose praising Remy in interviews and labeling him a walking contradiction in a fitted cap. But that's not all. The receipts started leaking fast. A mystery Twitter account @Rainworm popped up and started posting screenshots allegedly showing Papoose texting both women in the same week. One message read, "You'll always have my heart." Another, "I'm building something new. Don't hold me back." Allegedly sent 72 hours apart. Yikes. Fans became detectives overnight, zooming into backgrounds, matching wallpapers, scrutinizing timestamps. One TikToker even did a whole forensic breakdown of Papoose's chain in different videos, like it was evidence from a crime scene. But the mess doesn't stop there. A voicemail surfaced, allegedly from Remy to one of her close friends, saying, "He's out here moving reckless." It's not even about her. It's about the disrespect. The clip leaked, of course. Views, Over 3 million by the end of the night. The caption? Remy is done. Meanwhile, Claressa chose violence in the sundress. She posted a boomerang of her kissing the ring Pap gave her with the caption, "No need to steal a crown when you're born royal." Oh, so we're doing subtle shade now? Remy didn't respond, but fans did. One wrote, "Sis, you're not royal. You're just new." Another, "Enjoy the engagement. The prenup don't slap." And let's talk industry reactions. A few mutuals started distancing themselves from Pap. One DJ reposted a Remy freestyle with the caption, "Never forget who set the bar." An anonymous source, allegedly from inside the management circle, said Pap had endorsements lined up for a Black Love podcast revival. They just went dark. Surprise, surprise. Turns out brands don't love messy midlife plot twists. And while Papoose stayed eerily quiet, no posts, no statements, a little YouTube interview from 2 years ago resurfaced where he said, "I don't believe in public proposals. Love is private." Oh, really? Because announcing your marriage plans at a woman's birthday party you didn't even RSVP to sounds pretty private, my guy. Let's not forget Claressa's role in this either. Yes, she's undefeated in the ring. Yes, she's the champion. But in this storyline, she's playing the PR game like a pro, posting only what she wants, smiling in every clip, blocking out the mess, and boosting the narrative. She's not in love. She's in control. This isn't romance. It's a power play, a narrative flip. Papoose goes from loyal husband to free man. Claressa becomes the woman who won. And Remy, she's cast as the past, that history, the ex who didn't clap back fast enough. But don't get it twisted. Remy isn't silent because she's defeated. She's silent because she's watching. Just when fans started saying she was too quiet, a leak hit the blogs like a wrecking ball. A photo from 2 weeks before the party, Papoose, in a car, with Remy, at night, no smiles, just tension. And the caption, blurred out, but just visible enough to spark theories. One fan enhanced the photo and claimed it read, "You sure this is how you want to play it?" Now what does that mean? Was it their final talk? A failed fix? A warning? Nobody knows. But suddenly, this wasn't just about love. It was about loyalty, betrayal, secrets people thought were buried, and the blogs eating it up. One headline read, "From Black Love to Blacklist, is Papoose overplaying his hand?" Another, "Claressa says yes, but didn't Pap already say goodbye to Remy?" And you know who else started popping up? Ex-friends, former associates, anonymous sources who magically remembered every text and side convo. A hairstylist claimed Claressa had been asking about wedding gowns a week before the proposal. A media assistant said Remy told them to stay offline that weekend, "I got a feeling." And a promoter posted this cryptic tweet, "Some people are addicted to being seen, even if it costs them everything. Woo." Now we've got teams being drawn. Team Remy, Team Claressa, Team Pap messed up, and Team they all knew. But there's one team nobody's talking about yet. The one with the power to shut this down completely. We're diving into the legal threats, the brand pullouts, and the one move Remy might be planning that could end this entire engagement before it even gets started. Because Papoose may have made the announcement, but Remy, she's still holding the mic. Claressa's flashing the ring like it's a championship belt, and Remy, still silent. But don't mistake silence for surrender, because behind the scenes, Queen Remy might be plotting the biggest comeback this story has seen yet. Let's talk legal. Sources close to both camps say the proposal didn't just spark gossip, it triggered contract violations, image breaches, and maybe even a clause that could cost Papoose big money. Apparently, Remy and Pap had an informal separation agreement in place. The classy kind, where you keep things quiet until the dust settles. But here's the catch. The agreement allegedly included a non-disparagement clause. Translation, no public mess, no public shade, no public replacement. And guess what? Announcing your marriage plans at your maybe estranged wife's enemy's birthday party. That counts as, you guessed it, messy, public, and definitely a violation. Rumor has it that Remy's team has already lawyered up, not to stop the wedding, because let's be honest, that shit's halfway sunk already, but to hit Papoose where it really hurts, the brand money. Because here's what people forget. Black love wasn't just a cute tagline, it was a business. Joint appearances, merch, sponsored content, brand columns. There was a whole ecosystem around their image, and Pap's sudden public pivot, it could collapse all of it. One source close to a former sponsor claimed, companies are nervous. They don't want to be associated with a messy love triangle gone public, especially one where the proposal looked more like a clapback than a commitment. Ouch. So what does that mean? It means Remy has leverage, not emotional leverage, contractual leverage, and she's allegedly using it. Word is, internal emails are circulating between Remy's legal team and several former Remy and Pap partners, reminding them of prior agreements and pending usage rights. Translation: if Papoose thought he was walking away clean, he might just be walking away broke. But wait, it gets better, because while the drama brews behind the scenes, the industry is making moves too. Booking agents who once paired Papoose with Remy for events, pulling back. Media outlets who were planning Black Love Legacy specials, scrapping everything. And that rumored Pap and Claressa docuseries? Dead. Allegedly canned by the network within 72 hours of the backlash. One executive said anonymously, "There's no audience for it now. Not when half the internet wants to fight the groom." And then came the unfollows. Artists started quietly distancing themselves. Longtime friends stopped liking posts. Even a few verified accounts who used to repost everything Papoose touched went dark. One particularly shady tweet said, "Nothing worse than watching a king ruin his own kingdom for a crown he found at the dollar store." Yikes. And while all of that is happening, Remy? Still no words, still no tweets, still not a single interview, until the internet explodes again. A studio session clip leaks, unconfirmed, blurry, but unmistakably Remy's voice. She's rapping. Hard, focused, vicious, and one line hits like a freight train. He thought she was the trophy. I was the empire. No names, no direct shade, but context. Crystal, clear. The fans go wild. People start begging for the full track. Blogs speculate about a diss drop. Producers tweet, locked in. It's not just about the ring anymore. It's not even about the betrayal. It's about the legacy. Because Remy isn't just someone who got hurt. She's someone who got played. Publicly, loudly, carelessly. And now, she's flipping the script. She doesn't need to crash parties. She doesn't need to post mirror selfies with captions that read like riddles. She's taking the high road and paving it with fire. The fans? They're switching up fast. Suddenly, people who were cheering the proposal, deleting tweets. Old Remy supporters are rising from the ashes like they never left. One viral comment said it best. Claressa got the man, but Remy still got the movement. Meanwhile, Papoose, still dodging interviews, still avoiding the press, still walking around like he didn't just create a PR catastrophe. And Claressa, still posting, still smiling, still pretending this isn't burning down behind the scenes. But the smiles are thinner now. The captions, more defensive. And the ring, still on. But for how long? Because sources say not everyone in Claressa's camp is on board with this. And if that's true, then this story ain't over yet.